Jonny Gomes, is he the secret sauce for the Red Sox, who are 6-0 whenever he's in the lineup here in the playoffs? I'm Kevin Dupont for Globe 10.0 here with Chad Finn. And Chad, I watch these games and I really like Nava as a player, and I say, gee, I wish they could get Nava in there. But when Gomes plays, they're 6-0. Nava sits. What do you make of that?
I don't know what to make of it. I honestly don't. Daniel Nava was a tremendous offensive player this year.
Yeah.
I know it's always held against him his pedigree. Bought for a buck from the Chico whatevers in the Frontier League, whatever.
Yard sale guy.
Yeah,
yep.
And a guy who had to fight. I mean, he was off their roster, off their 40-man at the beginning of last season. But this is a guy, he hit .336 in the second half. His on-base percentage was over .400 this year. September was one of his best months of the year. And all of a sudden, he can't get into the lineup against power right-handed pitchers. Jonny Gomes really doesn't hit right-handed pitchers. Nava, his OPS was around 900 against them this year. He pounds them. He's one of the better players in the American League against right-handed pitchers. So I feel like either Farrell is really playing a hunch here that's based in not a lot of evidence, or there's something we don't know. Does Nava have some kind of injury that they're not talking about, or do they just feel better with Gomes under these pressure situations? But I feel like there's a piece of evidence missing, because Daniel Nava is a guy who should be in the lineup much more than he has been.
Yeah, I actually hadn't thought of the piece of missing evidence, and usually I can find a conspiracy just about anywhere. However, I do buy your front end of it. That's where I fall on it, which is, you know what, he's in, they win. You keep going with it, and I think
it's coincidence.
It is. Sure it is. Yeah, sure it is coincidence. And that said, in this last series, he's probably, I don't have the numbers in front of me, probably hitting better than Ortiz, right? Because Ortiz had such a. So I don't think it's like, when I say this, I don't think it's Farrell looking at it and driven by numbers or hard evidence. It's just, he's in, it's working, I'm not going to mess around with it that much.
Yeah.
That's where I would fall.
I think he likes his beard better. I mean, there's no other reason than something as ridiculous as that. Bottom line, though, with these two guys, you have nice options both ways. Gomes is a guy who's helped them win games this year. He is a better base runner than Nava. Maybe that's a factor. They're both mediocre defensively, but two good players, so you have a nice choice there.
So it could be a conspiracy. It could be that it's just a hunch, or it could be, as Chad's pointed out, it's all about the follicles.